Good evening. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the American Record Journal, and welcome to the 2021-22 Best of the Bunch Awards video. This is our 7th annual, technically, Best of the Bunch awards presentation, our third on video, exclusively on video, and as you may have deduced by now, we are not bringing the brunch back, at least not yet. The pandemic blew that up. And where we go with that in the future will tell. For now, in the present, we are bringing you an awards video again because Aaron and I were just discussing this, how important it is to get our top athletes and coaches and teams on video to acknowledge their accomplishments. It seems every year we look back and we're just stupefied sometimes at how successful our teams are from 7 schools and just 4 towns in our coverage area. We are blessed to cover you guys and to watch your teams. There's a reason why we keep doing this because, man, we dig it. And in 2021-22, dig it. These guys were the best. These girls were the best. These teams and coaches were the best. We're going to get right after it. You guys spend enough time watching me during the year with Athletes of the Week. Our winners are some Athletes of the Week we've had through the year. Some of our All-RJ kids. We're proud of our finalists. Anybody who was a finalist, if you've been following our Best of the Bunch series that's been appearing in print and online for the past couple weeks, anybody who's a finalist, take pride in that. Not everyone is nominated, and you too had very successful years. Let's get after it. Aaron, it all started back in the fall. You know, it's funny, we were talking about Delta variants back then and masks and cohorts still. We've come a long way since then. This kind of was the year we sort of got back to normal, or at least to the new normal. We're going to bring you our winners from the fall, a tremendous season that saw the first football championship ever won in Meriden history by the Maloney Spartans. We saw the Cheshire boys soccer team make it to the Class L state championship game with a remarkable Cinderella run, and a great season by the Maloney girls soccer team. Those were some of the highlights. Who were our athletes of the year in the fall? Keep it watching. Our finalists for Boys Soccer Player of the Year from Wilcox Tech, Christian Colbert. From Cheshire High School, Murphy Malone. And from Southington, Ryan Lunn. Our 2021 Boys Soccer Player of the Year from Cheshire High School, Murphy Malone.
I just want to thank my family, my friends, my teammates, and my coaches. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you again.
The finalists for Girls Soccer Player of the Year from Maloney High School, Mackenzie McCormick. From Southington, Jessica Carr. From Cheshire High School, Anna Hurlbut. And from Sheehan, Alicia Piscatelli. The 2021 Girls Soccer Player of the Year from Maloney High School, Mackenzie McCormick.
I want to thank my coaches, my family, my friends, my teammates, Owen McClure, best coach. I have had a great 4 years at Maloney, and it has been a truly amazing experience, and I'm glad for it.
The finalists for Field Hockey Player of the Year from Sheehan High School, Riley Rutenauer. From Cheshire High School, Lauren Houle. Also from Cheshire High School, Avery D. Podesta. And the 2021 Record Journal Field Hockey Player of the Year from Cheshire High School, Lauren Houle.
I'd like to thank all my family and my coaches for their support. I wouldn't be able to be doing what I was doing today without them, and I'm just really thankful, and I'm very honored to.
The finalists for Girls Swimmer of the Year from Lyman Hall High School, Miss Caroline Craddock. From Cheshire High School, Avery Petrala. Also from Cheshire High School, Julia Bartow. And from Lyman Hall, Elise Richardson. Our 2021 Record Journal Girls Swimmer of the Year from Lyman Hall High School, Caroline Craddock.
Hi, I just wanted to thank my parents for all their encouragement and support throughout all these years, and I'd also like to thank my coach Donna for all of her support and encouragement and making high school swimming such a positive experience. And I wanted to thank my teammates. We've had a great season, and I wish you the best of luck next year.
The finalists for Boys Cross Country Runner of the Year. From Southington, Drew Nafis. From Cheshire High School, Tyler Karen. And from Southington, Jake Nafis. The 2021 Record Journal Boys Cross Country Runner of the Year. From Cheshire High School, Tyler Karen. The finalists for Girls Cross Country Runner of the Year. From Southington High School, Jackie Izzo. From Cheshire High School, Alexa Chacon. And from Southington, Jessica Lombardo. The 2021 Record Journal Cross Country Runner of the Year. From Cheshire High School, Alexa Chacon.
So I'm really honored to receive this award. I want to thank everyone, especially my coaches, parents, my sister, all the seniors on the team, and all my friends and family who support me and make me want to drive to do my best every day on and off the cross country course.
The finalists for Girls Volleyball Player of the Year. From Maloney High School, Reigning Player of the Year, Savannah Bernabucci. From Southington, Morgan Birdsey. From Lyman Hall, Mackenzie Grady. And from Cheshire, Avery Mola. The 2021 Record Journal Girls Volleyball Player of the Year for a second straight year, Maloney High School, Savannah Bernabucci.
I would like to thank Record Journal for this award. It's an honor considering how many great athletes there are out there. I would like to thank my coaches, Kevin Saves and Oscar Rosado. Without them, I would not be the player I am today. And I would lastly like to thank all my teammates and my parents for their support on and off the court. And thanks again.
The finalists for Football Player of the Year. From the Class L State Champion Maloney Spartans, linebacker Kenny McMillan. From Southington High School, Austin Pizolkowski. And from the Platt Panthers, Antoine Santiago. The 2021 Football Player of the Year, Platt High School's Antoine Santiago.
I would like to thank my teachers, my coaches, my academic advisor, Kareem, just everybody who's helped me through the whole entire process and get to this point. Yeah.
Congratulations to our Fall Athletes of the Year. Again, a tremendous season that was capped by Maloney State Championship in football. Seems just yesterday, Aaron, we were up at Veterans Stadium in New Britain talking to Miguel Cardona. Had come up from Washington, D.C. to watch the Spartans play and beat Windsor 35-21. Congratulations to Kevin Frederick and his boys. Will we be seeing them later on in this show? Maybe so. Right now we're going to give you our Winter Athletes of the Year. And it was a season that saw the Platt boys basketball team have a great season. Maloney girls had a great season. We had one wonderful night in February. Remember that, Aaron? It was a Thursday down in New Haven. Class M Indoor Track State Championship. Sheehan girls, Lyman Hall boys winning Class M championships on the same night. Ain't that just remarkable? Here are our following athletes of the year for the winter sports season. The finalists for Wrestler of the Year. From Maloney High School, senior O'Neill Carrion. From Platt High School, sophomore Caden Talento. And from Southington, senior Ben Gore. 2021-22 Record Journal Wrestler of the Year. From Southington High School, Benjamin Gore.
I'd like to thank my coaches, my parents, my teammates for helping me accomplish this.
Our finalists for Boys Swimmer of the Year. From Maloney High School, Sam Hurlbut. From Lyman Hall High School, Jarek Lagameo. From Southington High School, Landon Colby. And from Cheshire High School, Anmal Sapru. Our Record Journal Boys Swimmer of the Year. From Southington, Landon Colby.
Hi, I'm Landon Colby. I would like to thank the Record Journal and all my coaches, teammates, friends, and family who have given me support along the way and have helped me to reach this point. Thank you.
The finalists for Ice Hockey Player of the Year. From Sheehan High School, Anthony DeFilio. From Lyman Hall, Jack Roberts. And from Sheehan High School, Brendan Helinski. The 2021-22 Ice Hockey Player of the Year. who's also the State Hockey Player of the Year from Lyman Hall High School, Jack Roberts.
Thank you to my parents, all my coaches, the whole team. Thank you to the WAB Mob and Lyman Hall.
The finalists for Girls Basketball Player of the Year from Sheehan High School, Darla Jagros. From Southington High School, Lily Cooper. And from Maloney, Jaleese Rosario. Our 2021-22 Girls Basketball Player of the Year from Maloney High School, Jaleese Rosario.
I just want to thank my coaches and my family for being there and my coach coaching me throughout the year.
The finalists for Boys Basketball Player of the Year from Platt High School, Anthony Namani. Also from Platt High School, Mackay Anderson. And from Cheshire High School, Jack Markarian. Our 2021-22 Boys Basketball Player of the Year from Platt High School, Anthony Namani.
All right, I would like to thank my coaches, my mom, family, and my friends. You know, without them, would it be possible? So, yeah.
Congratulations to our Winter Athletes of the Year. And, you know, Aaron, by the time we got out of the winter season, you know, attendance restrictions were easing up. All the state mandates with masks and all that had faded away, and we got into spring, and it really felt like we were kind of getting back there. Back to normal. As we mentioned, though, it's probably just a new normal. But one thing about the spring season, it did mark the full return to kind of just everything. There were no delays. All teams were playing. We had our spring tournaments, and as always in the spring, very, very busy for us, and it was a remarkable season, especially baseball. All 7 teams making the tournament. My gosh, we had 3 teams playing in the semis. We had 2 making it to state finals with Southington baseball, Maloney baseball, Ricky Romero and his boys. What a great run for them. And then at the end of the line, we had the 2 teams that were really expected to do well, indeed did do well. The Sheehan girls track team with their Class M and State Open championships. And, of course, Southington softball winning their 3rd straight and a national record 20 championships. A lot of other kids did some great stuff in the spring along the way. Let's see who our Athletes of the Year were for the spring season. Our finalists for Baseball Player of the Year from Sheehan High School, Chris Barchese. From Platt High School, Brandon Cahill. From Lyman Hall High School, Justin Hackett. And from Southington, Jackson Ruzicki. Our 2022 Baseball Player of the Year from Lyman Hall High School, Justin Hackett.
I just want to thank my family, my coaches, my teachers, all my teammates, everyone who helped me get here today, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of years.
Our finalists for Softball Player of the Year from Maloney High School, Maddie Laval. From Cheshire High School, Grace Lurs. And from Southington High School teammates, Sam Rogers and Sam Sullivan. Our 2022 Softball Player of the Year from Southington, Sam Sullivan.
I want to thank my parents, coaches, and teammates for always being there for me and supporting me and pushing me to be better every day.
Our finalists for Boys Lacrosse Player of the Year from Cheshire High School, teammates Charles Kurtz and Jason Raba and Matt Jeffrey. And from Southington High School, Gavin Pelletier. Our 2022 Boys Lacrosse Player of the Year is from Cheshire. He is Jason Raba.
So I just want to thank my parents and my brother. My father and my brother have been second coaches for me, so getting their feedback and helping me perfect my game has been a huge part of my career. As well as with my hip injury this fall, I want to thank all my doctors that helped me get back to 100, and especially the training staff here at Cheshire, Kelly especially. They were a huge help in my process getting back. And then my teammates and coaches rallying behind me for my senior season. Definitely playing with the talented crew that we had this year was a privilege I got to have for a senior year. Playing with kids like Charles Kurtz, Matt Jeffrey were also finalists for this award. Tremendous players. We got guys all over the field, and I'm excited to see what these guys do next year. And yeah, I'm just thankful for what I got my senior year.
Our finalists for Girls Lacrosse Player of the Year from Cheshire High School, Ava Harris. From Southington High School, Gabby Castonguay. And from Sheehan High School, senior captains Jana McKenzie and Allie Atoshin. Our 2022 Girls Lacrosse Player of the Year, it's Players of the Year from Sheehan High School, Jana McKenzie and Allie Atoshin.
I want to thank my family for being there for me. It's a huge accomplishment, and I couldn't have done it without them bringing me to games, supporting me. I'd also like to thank my coaches. They've been there for me throughout my whole high school year, and also some of my preseason coaches like Tina Crispins. I couldn't have done it without her help and support. I also like to thank my teammates. They've been there for me on and off the field, and I couldn't have done it without them.
Hi everyone, I'm Jana McKenzie. I would like to thank my parents for the constant support, my friends and family for always pushing me to be the best I can be, and also my teammates for never giving up on me and always believing in me. Thank you.
Our finalists for Boys Volleyball Player of the Year, Maloney teammates Adnil Torres and Dev Patel. From Cheshire High School, Mr. Tim Nugent, our reigning Player of the Year. And from Southington High School, Mr. Matt Morgan, our 2022 Boys Volleyball Player of the Year. From Southington, Matt Morgan.
First and foremost, I want to thank my parents for all the rides that have supported me in the off-season at club and just in high school. I want to thank my coaches who taught me everything I know. I started this freshman year. I didn't know anything before that. They taught me everything, and I'm thankful for them. And then lastly, my fellow teammates. It was a fun season. It's been a fun few years, and I'm really thankful for all of them.
Our finalists for Golfer of the Year, we've got 2 boys in the mix and 2 girls in the mix. The girls from Southington, Brooke Zajac, and from Cheshire, Sydney Hidalgo. The boys from Maloney High School, Dylan Miller, and from Cheshire, A.J. DePaulo, our Golfer of the Year. From Cheshire High School, A.J. DePaulo.
I'd like to thank my parents and along with the other rest of my family, along with my coaches, Jeff Beal and Coach Lee at the high school. They were very supportive of me the entire year and of my golfing throughout my entire life, and I would not be here without them. And I would like to thank the club pro at the club that I'm affiliated with for supporting me and helping me with all of my golfing over the years and giving me opportunities to play in tournaments and helping me become the golfer I have become to this point. Thank you.
Our finalists for Boys Tennis Player of the Year, from Southington High School, Sam Raniolo. And from Cheshire, 2 teammates, Andrew Gershfeld and Utsav Subramani. Our 2022 Boys Tennis Player of the Year was our 2021 Boys Tennis Player of the Year from Cheshire High School, Utsav Subramani.
First and foremost, Coach Nan, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you these past 4 years. You've been so inspirational, and I've learned so much under you, especially as a captain this year. To my parents, Mom and Dad, we made it. Thank you guys for always being in my corner through the highest highs and the lowest lows. And finally, to AD Trifone and the Cheshire High School community, I've been incredibly grateful to play for you guys, to represent you on and off the court, and to play at the level I've been able to play at for the last 4 years. Thank you.
Our finalists for Girls Tennis Player of the Year, from Wilcox Tech High School, Sochi Rangel. From Maloney High School, Lily Marcus. And from Cheshire High School, Alex Orlands, our 2022 Girls Tennis Player of the Year. From Cheshire High School, Alex Orlands.
I just want to say thank you to my coach, my teammates for always having my back and supporting me, my mom for always taking me to matches, and I want to thank everyone who put me in for this award, and thank you.
Our finalists for Boys Track and Field Athlete of the Year, from Cheshire High School, Colin Brown. From Sheehan High School, Paul Burkett. And from Southington High School, Jack Frailer. Our 2022 Boys Track and Field Athlete of the Year, from Cheshire High School, Colin Brown.
All right, I just want to thank my teammates, coaches, friends, family for supporting me throughout the season, and it's been a great one, and I'll be back next year. Thank you.
Our finalists for Girls Track and Field Athlete of the Year. It is a busy field from Maloney High School, Miss Shaylin Murphy and Bria Bignigney. And from the Class M Sheehan Lady Titans, Amanda Castaldi, Patrice Mansfield, and Avery Winters. Our 2022 Girls Track and Field Athletes of the Year. From Sheehan High School, Amanda Castaldi, and from Maloney High School, Shaylin Murphy.
And I would like to thank my coaches, Coach Dale Nozzle, Terrence Brown, and Coach Farley for helping me along the way and supporting me. And I also like to thank my trainer, Ned Simmerline, for training me and making me the person I am.
Thank you everyone for nominating me. I want to give a big shout out to my coach, Askew, and my aunt and my grandma. I wouldn't be here without them. They're my biggest supporters, and thank you.
Congratulations to our Spring Athlete of the Year winners. Boy, what a full slate, Aaron. It is always so busy with so much going on, and the spring ones were tough. You know, we had to wait through the spring tournaments to see what happened to decide a lot of those categories. A lot of good athletes in our spring sports. Congratulations to all of them, to all our spring teams. And now that brings us to our top individual awards, which of course are the overall male and overall female athletes of the year. And this is the big one, you know. It's really a broad-based category. It's where we acknowledge the kids who excel in multiple sports. In this era of specialization, it's easy to fixate on some kids who are really, really good in one particular sport. We like to be old school with the overall award, where we give it to the kids who show exemplary skill in multiple sports. And We've come up with 4 finalists for both the boys and the girls. We think they're all very, very deserving because they were all very, very strong in different sports. Let's meet them, let's greet them, and let's see who our winners were. Our finalists for overall female athlete of the year. From Lyman Hall High School, Emily Chase. From Sheehan High School, Darla DeGrasse. From Cheshire High School, Grace Lures, and from Maloney High School, Gracie Massacott. Our 2021-22 overall female athlete of the year from Cheshire High School, Grace Lures.
Okay, I just want to say thank you to all the support my parents and my coaches and all my teammates gave me throughout the year. It's really an honor to receive this nomination and receive this award, and I can't thank them all enough. Thanks.
Our finalists for overall male athlete of the year. From Sheehan High School, Apollo Dubik. From Lyman Hall High School, Dylan Gay. From Southington High School, Jackson Ruzicki. And from Platt High School, Antoine Santiago. Our 2021-22 overall male athlete of the year from Southington, Jackson Ruzicki.
I'd like to thank my friends, parents, and coaches for helping me on this journey. I'd like to especially thank my dad. He's the best.
Congratulations to our overall athletes of the year for the 2021-22 school year, Mr. Jackson Ruzicki of Southington, Ms. Grace Lures of Cheshire. Well done. And again, congratulations to our 6 other finalists. It means a lot to be nominated in that category. Heck, it means a lot to be nominated in any category. Congratulations to every athlete who has been nominated for an Athlete of the Year. All right, that brings us to our Team of the Year. And if you've been paying close attention, which I know you have, we've been dropping them, the finalists here and there throughout our show. If you remember, back in the fall, we had the Maloney football team and the Cheshire boys soccer team. Maloney girls soccer team was mentioned in there too. From the winter, the Lyman Hall boys indoor track team. We mentioned the Sheehan girls then too. And of course in the spring season as well with their Open and Class M champions. They're a finalist, as is the Southington softball team. Who's our winner? Well, here's our first answer. Maloney football team.
Great. Thank you guys for electing us as the Team of the Year for the Record Journal. A great honor. The Record Journal does such a good job covering the sports in high school. We're just, it's a privilege to be a part of that illustrious group that gets the Team of the Year every year. I'm standing behind most of my seniors on the team who've worked so hard over the past 4 years to earn a state championship, the first ever in Meriden history. So we're extremely proud and grateful I have Dejan Nixon who would like to say something too.
I would like to say thank you to everybody who believed in us and supported us along this way, especially Steve from Triton for all the help with getting us physically in shape for the season, and Annie at CrossFit YMCA, and everybody else who believed in us and this journey and helped us along the way.
Good, thank you, Dede. And we have Jack Fitzgerald, another senior captain.
I'd also like to thank our fans this year who supported us. Every game they showed out and they had a real good impact on us. And without them, I don't think we could have done what we could have done. I'd like to thank our booster club for providing us with our team dinners before every game. That also helped us helped us tremendously throughout the season. So,
And then lastly, I think I was speaking for a lot of these guys. All these guys came up through the Meriden Raiders, and I know these guys are indebted to those coaches that sacrificed and spent a lot of time with them. So those guys are special, so we want to thank the Meriden Raiders. And then another big special thing, Jalon Nixon, number 7, who played for Maloney, played in the state championship game 4 years ago, tragically died in a car accident. It's Dejan's older brother. He's been with us along the journey. And, we're grateful that he's still in our lives and in our hearts. And we dedicated our season and the championship, obviously, to him. We want to obviously always remember him and give him a special shout-out because I know he's smiling and looking down at us. So big ups to Jalon for sure.
As we probably gave it away, there's actually 2 teams of the year this year. This is a first. We've never had that. But this was one of those years we looked at it and said, you know what? Team A is a definite, and so is Team B. And it just so happens it works out perfectly. One's a boys' team, and one's a girls' team. Congratulations to our girls' team of the year, Sheehan, track and field.
Okay. I just wanted to thank the Record Journal for choosing us as the girls' athletic team of the year. It was a very nice honor. I'm glad Brian has had a chance to see how important track is around and has gotten an opportunity to welcome everybody into his award system. As far as this team's concerned, we really started 6 years ago or 7 years ago building this team with the individuals that we had and what we passed on year to year. So it's been a process, and this year has been great. Who would have thought that we would have done as well as we did, but we just did what we had to do every time, and it worked out for us. So it's really exciting. We'd like to have the girls say something because they're the ones who did all the work. And we'll start with Avery Winters.
Hi, my name is Avery Winters, and I'm one of the captains for the Sheehan girls track team. I just want to thank everyone who nominated us for track team of the year, and I also want to thank our coaches, parents, and family who helped.
I'm Patrice Mansfield. I'm another co-captain of the girls track team, and I'd also just like to say we really couldn't have done it without the support of our family, our coaches, our teammates, like even the younger kids. It all really helped us get what we wanted.
Hi, I'm Erin Brennan. I'm another one of the track captains for the Sheehan team, and once again, we can't thank our coaches enough for the support, and we honestly wouldn't be able to do it without the day in, day out practices we had and support of our families.
I'm Amanda Castaldi, and I'd like to thank our coaches again. We couldn't have done it without them. I'd like to thank all of our supporters and family and friends that helped us get to where we wanted to be today.
And I think that the point that they made about the coaches, it's taken a while to get a staff together that we have right now. We have individuals, Dale Nozzle, Terrence Brown, Bruce Hemstock, Chris Warren. They're all youngish people, and they're involved very much in what we're doing as a team, as well as being involved with the athletes, getting them to feel comfortable in what we're doing and what we're trying to teach them. So it's been as I said, it's been a great season, and who knows what the future brings, but right now we're just going to live in the glory that we have going on right now.
Congratulations to the Maloney football team and Sheehan girls track team. Record Journal 2021-22 Teams of the Year. First time we've ever had 2 winners, and deservedly so. These teams broke new ground, blazed new trails, going where no teams had gone before in their respective programs, or in the case of football in Meriden City history. Maloney football Spartans and the Sheehan Lady Titans. And seeing Coach Kevin Frederick and Coach Charles Farley, of course, brings us to our final category and Coach of the Year. And if you've been following in print, you already know who's won this award. And it's really, for us this year, it was the most heartfelt. It was the most meaningful Coach of the Year. There were so many coaches we could have gone with this year. We just saw Kevin Frederick winning Meriden and Maloney's first football championship. Charles Farley, been coaching for 57 years. Brian McCarty, 500 wins this year in wrestling, inducted into the Connecticut chapter of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Keep going down the list. Conference Coaches of the Years, milestone wins, teams that had the best seasons in program history. There were no lack of coaches who could have received this award this year. But we went with 2 coaches who basically gave a lifetime, who literally saw a calling all the way to the very last day. And it was Southington baseball coach Charles Lembo and Platt, Wilcox Tech girls basketball coach Tom TJ Johnson, both passing away this year from cancer, gone too soon. TJ passed in March, and Charlie Memorial Day weekend just before the state tournament started. And these are coaches who had a lasting impact on the lives of their players. And it's an impact that will go on even now that they're gone. Our Coaches of the Year, Charlie Lembo and Tom T.J. Johnson.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Record Journal for recognizing T.J. Tom Johnson as the Record Journal Coach of the Year. It's been a very difficult time for our family, and we think that this recognition for the impact that TJ has had on the youth of Meriden and the athletics in Meriden is a tremendous legacy to a guy that has dedicated his life to children, to basketball, to community, and to family. Those are the most important things that TJ looked at throughout his career. Now, his dedication to basketball is remarkable. I've never met a person that has had a negative thing to say about Tom. As we go through his things, we notice hundreds of VHS tapes of Platt High School games and practices. He would go through and watch those tapes over and over. We have countless albums of newspaper articles dating back 40 years. He lived Platt High School basketball. When he was asked to become the head basketball coach at Wilcox this past year, the family was ecstatic to see him so alive again with excitement of being a head basketball coach. He announced it to the family by showing up at Thanksgiving with a Wilcox shirt, and we've only ever seen him in Platt High School attire, so to see him in that Wilcox shirt was his way of announcing. And if you know TJ, he never did things just plainly. He was unique in everything he did as a teacher, as a coach. So to see that shirt, we kind of knew that he was moving forward with his coaching, and we were excited about it. Family members would go to games at the beginning of the Wilcox season and see how successful they were winning games, and the smile and the excitement back in TJ. So for 45 years, we've watched this development. We've watched him win that state championship, and I have heard countless stories from players that share their memories of him and the things that he would do, and they always bring a smile to our face and to the player's face. So again, as a family member, we thank you, Record Journal, for your recognition of TJ, that this legacy will continue and go forward. We really appreciate it, from our family to the town of Meriden to the Meriden Record Journal. Thank you.
So first of all, I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the entire Lembo family for this recognition of Coach Charlie Lembo. In many ways, I really wish Charlie were here to accept this himself, but we're honored to accept it on his behalf. Charlie was all about the kids in the baseball program, the players, but not just on the baseball field. He cared so much about molding the players into great members of the community and great young men. And over the years, he was very successful doing that. And he was so proud of the team this year and their accomplishments. So again, on behalf of our entire family, we proudly accept this recognition for Coach Charlie Lembo. Thank you.
Deb Lembo and Dan Merdzik spoke on behalf of Charlie and of TJ. Thank you very much for appearing in our video. From our family to yours, our condolences. Charlie and TJ were very good men, and we will miss them just as their players and colleagues, and of course you and the families will miss them. Charlie Lembo, TJ Johnson, Record Journal Coaches of the Year. And on that note, we bring this 2021-22 season to a close. It's been another good one. They always seem to be good ones. It's quite remarkable. You know, we just cover 7 schools and 4 towns, and yet we never seem to lack for great stories and accomplishments. Hopefully our award winners and who we selected, who the finalists were, all attested to that. Yet another good year here on the Record Journal Sports Beat. I'd like to take this time to thank not only the coaches and the players, but the athletic directors who we pride ourselves on having very good working relationships with. We like all you gentlemen. Let's go right around the horn, starting with Mr. Richard Katz over at Platt High School, Steve Wodarski over at Wilcox Tech, Bobby McKee over here at Maloney High School, the Steves, Steve Risser in Southington, Steve Trefone over at Cheshire High School, Steve Baker at Lyman Hall, Mr. Christopher Daly over at Sheehan High School. Gentlemen, appreciate all the cooperation we get from you guys, you know, accommodating our writers, saying, it's okay, you can finish up, just lock the door tight and turn the light off before you go. Thank you very much. Our job isn't always easy, especially these days of crazy deadlines, so I thank you. I also need to thank my team. Couldn't do it without these guys. In fact, there would be nothing without these gentlemen. Starting with Aaron Flom, the man behind the camera, who put this video together, start to finish. He is the man. Aaron, you're the man. My man, my one and only man, full-time staff writer, Sean D. Crosslick. Shawnee's the guy, man, where I send Shawnee, Shawnee goes, and Shawnee gets the job done. I cannot recall an assignment that Sean did not execute. No matter where he's been sent, no matter what the weather, Shawnee gets the job done. You know him better than you know me, which is a good thing. Shawnee's a good man. Shawnee, I thank you. To our part-time staff, which need to be refortified over the summer. We just lost some guys. Kevin Arnold from North Haven just got a job with the New London Day. Congratulations to you, Kevin, though I am going to miss you. Also, Brendan O'Sullivan from Quinnipiac did some very good work with us. He's back home in New York, starting his career. Good luck to you, Brendan. I will also miss you very much. And now I look to rebuild around my guys who return. Robert Gulo from Meriden, and my rock from Southington, Mr. Ronald Buck. It's been a good year. These people have brought you some good stories and great images from the year. We look forward to doing it in 2022 and 23. Another year going around the block. For me, it'll be number 25. But let me tell you something, folks. 25 years, it never grows old. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record Journal. We appreciate you watching this awards video, following us throughout the year. You folks have a good summer, and we'll catch you in September. Be good.